Hey, what's up, guys? Can you guys see me? If you can see me and I'm live and you can hear me and the audio is clear, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, something, commenting. Yeah, comment in the chats. Let me know if you guys can see I'm live. I have my iPad right here and just going to be using that to look at the live chats and reply. But what's up, guys? Welcome to new video. This is different. It's weird. It's very different from what I am typically used to. This is just a live video, so no mistakes. I guess like the crazy thing is I can't actually cut the footage, so if I make a mistake, it's just going to be there for everybody to see. But big shout out to everybody that's giving me a thumbs up. You guys rock. You guys can comment down in comment section. Let me know the live chat. Let me know what you guys think. So we got about 17 people in the house now. That's amazing. 24. Oh my god. uh Messages are coming in. I need to quit my what do you call it? I need to quit my iMessage. How do I turn that thing off? Lord knows. I don't know. But anyways. uh System audio. Just gonna mute that. Okay, great. How you guys doing? Great. We've got people in the house. How many people we got in the house now? Let's see. Let's see. We got about 35 people. Okay, great. That's nice. Today we are going to be retouching this image, this one that you guys can see on your screen right here in Photoshop. This is what we are going to be working on. I'm just going to take my don't know if you guys can see that, but uh just move my layers around. Just gonna put my layers on the side right here. Okay, great. So this is the image that we are working on today, right? This image was shot with a Fuji, I think it was a GFX. I'm not really sure what camera it was shot with. Yes, you've been powering my education. I'm thankful. How can I share the live? I don't know how you can share it, but big shout out to everybody that's out here. Sorry, I have to look down there to um to what I call it, to see the chat. By the way, if this is really clear, let me know. If you guys can hear me very well, let me know. I've not gotten into this. I'm going to start retouching very soon, and you guys can ask whatever questions you want to ask. By the way, I'm retouching using my retouching essentials pack. I'm going to be using my actions for color grading. I'm going to be using like my skin tone lots. I'm just going to work around what I already have. So if you don't have any of those, I'd advise that you check them out. Links are in the description below. So check those out. The Retouching Essentials pack, it's amazing. Check out the skin tone lots, they're amazing. And if for some reason you feel like you want to learn more and get like into retouching, or you want me to like work with you to retouch your own images, and then that way you just people that learn better that way, then you can sign up for my one-on-one classes. Put the links in description. Links to everything are going to be in description below. My beauty retouching masterclass, everything is there. So if you are someone that it takes time for you to learn, and you want to be meticulous about your learning process and really get everything, and probably just get everything once and not have to go through like a million YouTube videos to be able to figure it out, then check out the retouching masterclass. But yeah, um yes, can hear me. Yes, it's very clear. Okay, that's great. We're streaming in like 2K or something. So let's get into this image. Now, this image, like I said, was shot with the Fuji GFX. I think 100S. Not my camera, belongs to Liberty. I was in Toronto for um a few weeks, and I wanted to create some content. So I created with that camera, and as you guys can see, it is tack sharp. So I'm just going to zoom in for you guys to see. By the way, every once in a while I'll get the spinning wheel from my Mac, and that's because the image is really large. It's about a 200 MB file, so it's a really large image, and by the time I start adding a few things to it, we're probably going to have like a PSB file, not PSD, PSB file that's going to be about um 4 or 5 gig, so it's probably going to, my system is definitely going to slow down at some point. But yeah, so the first thing I want to do when it comes to an image like this is work on the stray hairs. That's one thing I always do first. I'm just going to run you guys through what I'm retouching with. I'm going to be using my keyboard today. Typically, I use my toe box. This is what I retouch with. It's amazing. If you guys don't know about a toe box, you should definitely check it out. Um, it's just like a tiny console here. So I have like this to, increase and reduce my brush. This to zoom in, zoom out. It's just really nice. You have, I think, control here, or command on Mac. Then you have shift. Then you have alternate or option on Mac. You can program the keys to do almost anything you want them to do. And it's just really nice. It's overall, it's a very nice console to have, right? They sent this to me, by the way, so just gonna put it out there for you guys to know. But it wasn't paid or anything. They just sent it to me to use. At first, I really hated it because the learning curve was steep. But right now, I absolutely love retouching with this. But I'm working with a Mac Mini, and all my ports are taken for this live stream. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to use it today. But this is my go-to when it comes to retouching. I'm also retouching with a Wacom tablet. So, oh, sorry about that. So I'm using a Wacom Intuos Pro. I use a small. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah. So I use a small. Can you guys see that? Um, if you guys can see, let me know. So I use a small, and I absolutely love this. If you do not have a tablet, then you should get one. It's very important when it comes to retouching. So that's what I'm going to be working with today, right? Okay, great. So let's work on this image. The first thing I'll do is just take out a lot of the stray hairs, and the way I'll go about that is by creating a new layer. So that's Command J or Control on PC, and then I would pick my spot healing brush. Now, typically, I always use a mixer brush for this, but and that's because that's just what I'm used to. But the spot healing brush is just it's really nice when it comes to taking out stray hairs. So I'm just going to go over, like, see that just disappeared, and just go over. Every once in a while, I'll stop to go through chats. If my camera goes off, I think I figured out how to sort that out. But if that goes off, then just let me know, and I'll turn it back on. Still figuring out this whole live streaming thing. By the way, I'm not going to be meticulous when it comes to retouching this image. Like, I am working on an image for a client. That's because I'm here live. Um, I'm not going to have enough time to do that. I'm just going to go over retouching this image as fast as possible, right? Okay, great. So we are taking out a lot of the strays. Um, Remember, a lot of people will not zoom into your image to look at it this way, except you have a few haters, like other photographers that think that your work is not good, and 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 they want to prove that your work is not good, so they'll zoom in to say your retouching is bad. Just saying. But you don't have any of those people on your case, then nobody's going to zoom in to this point to see if how you removed your strays were perfect. Right? Okay, great. But I mean, I like being meticulous too when it comes to taking out my strays. So I'm just going to take this out. If you don't understand anything, please you can ask me a question, and I would do my best to get to it. Okay, great. Now we're just going to take out this. I know this is like really boring, but ooh, it just is what retouching is, right? Um, Take out a couple of strays here too. You guys get the whole idea. I mean, this is easier than using the clone stamp tool. Now, one thing you should do is don't take out the stray like this and then leave the other part. It just seems weird. So you have to take out everything when you're taking out like the stray heads. So yeah, so I'm just going to fix this. Like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. If I absolutely have to, then I'll get back to it. So let's see before and after. Before, after, I mean, I've cleaned up a little bit. If I was working on this for a client, then I'll come in and, probably like sort out a lot of these strays here. This one here, this one here. Just sort out a lot of these strays here, and, have it looking decent. Why do I keep taking out my window? But yeah, so basically that's about it. We're not here to fix the hair. Let's retouch skin. Okay, great. So for the skin now, what I'm going to do is just you know, create like let me put on my turn on my action panel or bring on my action panel. And I am just going to do basic frequency separation for now, right? Use a radius of about 14. That's the one that comes with it. That works for me. I've used it for years. And then I'm going to pick my clone stamp tool. So just pick my clone stamp tool here. And what I'm going to do is just zoom in, and maybe somewhere around here is fine, right? Okay, great. Damn, I have that thing good, really good stuff. Where's everyone from? Okay, we have people in the comment section. You guys rock. We've got about 70 something people now. You guys are amazing. And what I'm going to do is just come to my high frequency layer, pick my clone stamp tool, make sure I am on current layer, and I need to pick a source. So that is going to be option to pick my source, or what do you call it, alternate on PC. And then I'm just going to run through this. So basically, I think my system is like really slow because I'm live streaming and doing this at the moment. So um, it's okay. It's all good. We are going to work through this. This just means that I have to invest money in a new Mac. Lord have mercy. Okay, great. Um, these strays here, I'll take them out, but for now, I'm just going to leave that alone and just work on other important things. Uh, will I be saving this live for those that want to replay? I have no idea. But we'll see. We might just leave it. We might just leave it on here on YouTube, right? I feel like maybe I should have picked an easier image to retouch since it's my first live. Okay, so just gonna take some of these here out because it just looks weird. By the way, the model did her makeup herself, so I think she did a really good job for doing her makeup herself. It's not perfect, it's not professional makeup, but she did a damn good job. Okay, great. Let's see our before and after for this part of the head. Before, after, done a decent job. I'm just going to zoom out now. Can see this straight hair right here. I'm just going to take this out. So the whole idea of this live stream is not to get everybody. It's not to get a perfect image, but just to like show you guys a thing or two on how I retouch my images. I'll retouch portraits, wedding photos, whatever it is. We're going to do like a lot of live streaming moving forward if I can get it to work perfectly. Okay, great. Great. You guys can ask questions in comments below. Now, one thing I always like to do is take out like whatever hair is around, the mouth. It just never looks good. So I'm just going to take out a lot of these, right? Just take out a lot. That these ones here, I'll leave them because right now I can't go in and take out all these stuff. But for the most part, when I work on images, I tend to like reduce the facial hair a lot, and just take all that out. Now, one thing I always do when it comes to working on an image like this is somewhere around here, I'll zoom in like this much and then take this out like this, you know. That's one mistake I see people do. They don't zoom in, take out like hairs in these places. Just I mean, this is a beauty image, so it's not a portrait that you don't have to do too much to get to look good, right? For beauty images, you just have to be extra. Let me just put it that way. So I'm just going to take out these. Yep. Maybe we might break this into 2 videos or live stream for about 2 hours. Let's see. I'm going to stop every once in a while, go through the chats. If you guys got any questions, I'll see if I can answer those questions. Okay. Take this out. Yeah, take a couple of these out. Okay, let's go through the chats in a bit. Let's see if there are any questions. Right. Why do you want to do a full why don't you want to do a full video or your lighting technique? Man, people, Lord have mercy. Why don't I want to do a full video about my lighting techniques? Is that not what the person is asking? Why don't you want to also do a full detailed video on all your lighting techniques? We are doing a retouching video now. Can we just concentrate on retouching? You like we're here doing one thing and someone's already complaining about why we're not doing other things or why we don't want to do other things. Lord have mercy. Okay, great. So, as you guys can see, I've taken out a bunch of, you know, here it's there. When do you use advanced frequency separation action in your pack? How does it differ from the basic action? We're going to get there. We are going to get there. So let's continue working on this image right here. And we'll get to advanced frequency separation and why I use it. Right. Okay, great. So just going to take out any of these here. If you are learning, if you are enjoying what I'm doing here, give this video a thumbs up, please. Comment, let me know what's happening. I'd like to know that there are people here, people watching me do this. Nice to know that I'm not just talking to myself. You guys feel me? Okay, great. So say something, anything. Tell me how good I look today, even though I don't look good, but just say something. Say something. Okay, great. We haven't taken out all the blemishes, but because her skin's like really good, by the way. So always get your model with good skin. Always, man. Always, always, always get your model with good skin if you are shooting beauty. Okay. Someone said following what's his name? Um, Christocentric, right? Said following Radolf says, when I use dodge and burn frequency, I can't use it twice. It messes up the layers. I'll show you how to use that. Don't worry. We'll get to that. I'll show you exactly how to use that. Just a simple technique, right? By the way, I know it seems crazy that I'm still here around the mouth, but I mean, it's just how meticulous you have to be when it comes to retouching. Made a mistake there. Um, okay. Good. Now we're going to take out some of these here. I'm going to be like as fast as possible with this. Just take out a few of these here. So basically what I'm doing is just painting from other places using my brush. I'm not taking out the hairs one by one, just go around here and just sort out whatever I can sort out, I just don't want them to be long. I don't know if that makes any sense. But yeah, just going to go around, take out some of these. If you are following, let me know. Okay, great. We are doing a decent job here. Let's see what that looks like now. Before, after, before, after. Okay, great. Decent job. We're going to get back to all this later, because I always like to come back to these. Fixing blemishes. Do we have any questions? What's going on, bro? TMI to the double D. What's happening, man? How you doing? Thank you for joining my live. You rock. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate all the support from you and everybody in the community. You guys rock. But thank you so much. And by the way, thank you for assisting me in getting this whole thing set up and helping me out with options that to use for live streaming. It's really interesting and fun doing this. I've always wanted to do live streaming. Well, maybe not retouch while I'm live streaming, but okay, great. We are still taking out blemishes and still fixing things with the clone stamp tool. Uh, okay. Um, I'm still shocked that the image is 200 MB. The level of detail in her hair, you can see where it starts. Yes, the image is 200 megabytes. It is just too detailed, you know. Going to do a video soon talking about my experience with the Fuji, and and how I feel about switching, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But okay, great. So, I mean, taking out a lot of those that we can see with like our bare eyes. Just how people are going to look at this image. So typically, I'm just going to leave it this way. I'm going to just increase my brush size and just take out this. That's see everything, and see how detailed it is through YouTube. That'll be nice. Okay, great. So we'll go 104 people in the house. You guys rock. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you guys. Uh, okay, so I'm just going to take out this tray. Um, why didn't you start with micro dodge and burn? Because I didn't start with micro dodge and burn. That's just why. This is how I do my retouching. Uh, Different people have different techniques, at the end of the day, just you learn and then you decide whichever way you want to go. Some people start with micro dodge and burn, some people start with other things. I just prefer to go this route, which is just clean up the skin first, and then I can get into micro dodge and burn. Okay, great. Is there any difference from using clone stamp tool from the spot healing brush tool? Yes. So with the clone stamp tool, it's like just you picking where you want to move your basically where you want to sample from. So, but with the spot healing brush, I feel like that's just you leaving it to Photoshop to figure it out for you. But I would rather use the clone stamp tool because that way I am in control of everything I'm doing. Right? Okay, great. So right now I'm just going to create like my complete dodge and burn actions, and now I'm using the invert check layer. Now the invert check layer is I would say extremely important when it comes to like retouching for me, uh and this is what I use mostly for my dodge and burn, right? I'm just going to, yeah, bring it up to somewhere around this. And now I'm about to start micro dodge and burn. Micro dodge and burn is, if effectively, it is lightening and darkening certain parts of your image. That's just what it is, and the whole idea is for you to just even out the dynamic range between the highlights and the shadows of your image, right? That's um that's exactly what micro dodge and burn is. So I'm going to pick a brush, set my opacity to 100, and I'll set my flow to 1. Make sure that my brush is soft, hardness set to 0. And now this is the thing with the invert check layer that is a little bit confusing, right? Um, with my normal micro dodge and burn, right? What I'll do is I will dodge the shadows right here, right? So probably just get that going. Show you guys real quick. Uh, okay, great. So let's see. Before after, like I'm dodging the shadows. You guys can see that. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's right there, right around here on the screen. So that's a before and an after. But with the invert check layer, right? Since Lord, since it's inverted, right? My highlights become black and my shadows become white. So right now, when I do dodge and burn, I would just dodge anywhere that is white, and I'll burn anywhere that is dark. So for example, right here, I'm just going to come here, go back to my burn, and I'm just going to take that out and just work on this. So I'm just going to work on this right now and show you guys you know what it will look like at the end of the day. Micro dodge and burn is something that you should definitely learn. It's really important in retouching. I mean, I could just do frequency separation, but frequency separation is it just frequency separation doesn't just get the job done as good as micro dodge and burn. Micro dodge and burn is it's a little harder to learn, right? Okay, great. So let's see our before and our after right there, that spot. So let's see our before and our after. You guys can see that. Um, just this spot right here, what I've worked on before, after. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is continue with my micro dodge and burn. And right now I am dodging. So it's not the easiest technique to learn, you know, to be very honest, because you have to know where to dodge and where to burn so your image does not look flat. It's definitely not the easiest technique to learn. My opacity, I'm going to take my opacity down to 35. Um, and just work around this image. So right now what I'm doing is just doing like the tiny parts of this image, just trying to like smoothing out the transitions between the highlights and the shadows in my image. And let's get this going. Are you guys following? If you are, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up. If you are not, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up too. Comment down. Let me know if you are following or if you aren't following. You know, if this seems like a lot of work for you, I totally understand. But once you understand it, you know, it just becomes a part of you. Can you explain why you're picking the spots you are for micro dodge and burn? So basically, right? I can show you guys. There is, how do I explain this? How do I explain this in simplest terms? What makes a spot show on somebody's face is the transition between highlights and shadows, right? Because without light, you'd not be able to see blemishes. So it's because of how light hits, let me say, a particular part of the face and it creates a shadow. That's how you see blemishes, right? So for you to take out something from the face, right? You either have to clean out the shadows or you clean out the highlights, or you clean them out in a way that they match each other and that way it becomes flat. So that's what we're trying to do right here, right? So for example, right, I'm just going to zoom in here. If you can see this spot right here, you can see that one place here is highlighted. If I burn that place like that, just that tiny spot there, if I burn that and I show you the before and after, you can see it's not as obvious anymore, right? And if I dodge the places around it, the dark spots around it, it reduces how obvious whatever gap or whatever it is that was there, it just reduces how obvious it was. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that's the idea, that's the concept of micro dodge and burn, right? It's just dodge your shadows, burn your highlights, make your highlights darker, make your shadows brighter. If you can get that going, then you'd be fine. Also, you have to be careful so you do not flatten out your image. It's really important you don't do that. But yeah, so I'm just going to zoom out and show you guys just this part of the face that I've worked on. This is the before and this is the after. Before, after. I don't know if you guys can see um how I've sorted that out right now. I know that does look complicated, but I love to learn more. Oh, okay. We are moving. We are cruising, guys. We are cruising. Okay, great. So I'm just going to continue working on this image. Um, give this video a thumbs up if you are learning something. If you are following me, then let me know. Let me know. Don't make me feel like I'm alone here. Okay, great. At the end of this, hopefully would have gotten over 1,000 people to come in here to, watch something, be a part of this. If you can share this on your Instagram, get more people in here to learn. I mean, it's the least you can do for people, and the most you can do for me. Thank you. Right? Okay, great. We are cruising, guys. We are moving. Great, great, great. Okay, I'm getting my thumbs up. You guys rock. You guys rock. You guys rock. I'm getting my thumbs up. Uh, okay, great. Now, I'm just gonna move to this part of the face and just sort this out. So right now I'm burning. So always look right here and see what I'm doing right there, and that will be easy for you to understand where I'm working on if I am dodging or burning. Like I said, it's complicated, but if I wasn't on YouTube doing it live, then I would probably be done with my micro dodge and burn by now. I mean that the added pressure of being here and making sure this looks good at the end of the day is there. Okay. Get you a model, get you an image that you don't have to do much with to get like great results. Um, get you a team, get you a team that you can work with that know what they're doing. Okay, great. Um, we are moving, guys. We are moving. We're moving forward. Okay. So right now I'm just going to dodge these areas. If this seems complicated to you, please ask me questions and I'll do my best to answer in the short period of time that we have here. Can we see the before and after of the other part? Okay, great. The before and after of this other part. Let me show you guys the before and after of this image. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we are the minor adjustments, by the way. Just going to zoom in so you guys can see that. So before and after, you guys can see there's this light part that's here. Once I've dodged, everything seems even right now. Before, after, before, um, after. You know, tiny adjustments that getting the image to where the image should be. So before, after, before, after, before, after. Okay, we're gonna keep going, obviously, because of time. We're going to keep because this takes the most time. Micro dodge and burn. Okay, great. I'm not going to get this image looking perfect. Don't worry. I barely have that time on YouTube. Okay, great. But we'll do our best. We'll do our best here to have our image looking good. Do I have any more questions? Please, how do you invert the image? It was part of my actions pack, so mm, mm, I would advise you check. I'll advise you check out the actions pack. Um, but I'll definitely show you the invert check layer. So if you want to do it yourself, you can do it yourself. But um, if you don't have the retouching essentials pack, get that, get that. Okay, great. Let's see where we're at with this image right now. This is where we're at with this image. There's still a lot to do. I'd like to dodge these areas and just take out that. Just dodge some of these places here. Getting here, dodge some places here. Probably burn some places. Let's see that before, after, before, and after. Light work, guys. Light work. Okay. I'm just going to burn these areas a little bit. I mean, as much as I love the highlight, right? On the skin, I'm just going to burn some of these areas here and just even it out. And then I'll use global dodge and burn to paint it back in, to get it back in looking good. If you got any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. Thank you. Okay, great. We got more questions coming in. We got more. Just a comment. Oluwa Semil said hi. He said, "Well done." Sorry, man. I'll butcher names. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I'll butcher names. But you can spell it out for me and say this is how it's pronounced, and I would say it right. I say it right. I mean, I should be able to pronounce Nigerian names without problems. Okay, great. We are doing okay. Let's see where we're at with this image. Probably going to be at a decent place. Hey Prince, how's business school going? Business school's going great, I guess. It's going great, I guess. We're trying to be serious in school. Go back to my Dodge and just take out some of these. Uh, okay, great. So at this point, I mean, I can see a lot of things that I need to do, but I'm just going to leave it alone. You guys get the whole idea and the concept of micro dodge and burn, right? Typically, um, please, did you say your brush opacity was 100 and flow is 1? Yes, typically my brush is opacity is at 100 and my flow is 1, but right now because I felt like the opacity was just a bit too much. So when it comes to retouching, right, nothing is set in stone when it comes to like your settings. You just have to work around your settings and see what works for you, as a retoucher. So for some people, like for me, most of the images I do of opacity of 100 and a flow of 1 works for me. But recently I've been retouching like light skinned people, and I noticed that I'll say because they have like, I'll say, lighter skin. Yeah, that's the right word, right? Yeah. So the flow of 100 seems to, sorry, the opacity of 100 seems to be quite a lot. So what I always do um is just keep my flow or at 1, and my opacity sometimes at 75 or anything. It doesn't have to be 75 on the dot. I just mess around with it to see what works for me. Okay, great. So we've spent a great deal of time with um micro dodge and burn. So I'm just going to zoom out, show you guys what the face looks like now. I mean, zoom out all the way, see if there are any other adjustments I can do. So that's one thing, right? Zoom in, zoom out your image when you're working. Turn off the invert check layer, turn it back on. See what you're working on. But hey, guys, let's zoom in and see where we started from. Right, this is where we started from. I mean, like that, you will not see like a huge difference. But if we zoom out from here, you can see the before and after. You can see like these tiny changes have made quite a significant improvement to this image, right? See our before, see our after, before and after, right? Okay, great. But in micro dodge and burn, do we burn the highlights and dodge the shadows? Yes, that's exactly what you do. Shout out to you, bro. Keep shining, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for the comment. Do you use the lasso tool and Gaussian blur for even skin tones? No, 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 I don't. Um, okay, great. So right now, what I typically do again is sometimes I would say the latitude of your micro dodge and burn runs out, right? And you have a second micro dodge and burn, right? So you just start afresh and work with the second one. And what you notice is that like you can get in and do a little bit more with your second micro dodge and burn. Maybe this video should just be, or this live should just be about micro dodge and burn and nothing else, right? Because typically spend a lot of time micro dodging and burning. Um, okay, great. Just getting there. This is not something that you would do for a regular client, by the way. This is something you would do for a client that's paying you quite a lot of money. So, if you're doing beauty campaigns, commercials, if you're doing your personal projects, and the goal is to eventually shoot beauty campaigns and commercials, if you are a retoucher for a commercial, yes, then you can take your time, work on images like this. But I always advise people that it is good to learn it because you just don't know what day you need it, right? And whenever you need it, it's always good to have the skill. So I love commercial work. I love beauty work. And this is absolutely nothing to me. I love retouching. So learn the skill. Never know when you need it. Dodging and burning is the most difficult thing to get right. Yes, it is. It is the most difficult thing to get right. But once you've mastered it, it's the best retouching technique out there. You know, it is by far the best retouching technique out there. Like I said, I'm here open to questions. If you're here and you're live with me, it's amazing. If you're watching this maybe after the live, then thank you for watching. Appreciate. Okay, great. Uh, 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 Someone said I should do a giveaway of one of my courses. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Okay, great. Um, Still doing some micrododging and burning, and at this point, we have made just some tiny impact on our image. Okay, great. Let's see what the before of our image looks like, and let's see the after, before and after. Now, I mean, you guys can tell that I'm not really concentrating on the body because, like I said, this is just a demo thing where I'm just showing you guys how I would retouch an image like this, and I'm doing it live for you guys. So typically, I'll turn on my invert check layer. I'll go to the body, sort out like the body just like that, so that a few things. Sometimes you can just leave the body to frequency separation, and frequency separation will help you out with the body. If you don't want to be meticulous about your retouching. But for the most part, just get in there, fix these up, you know. It's basically the same thing as working on the face. So let's see, turn that off. Let's see how before, after the body, we don't really have much to do there. I'm going to go up to the face again and just fix a few of these. Just get that out of the way because I don't really like how that place is looking. So let's see before and after. And we've taken that out. Okay, great. Right now, I think we can call it a day with our micrododge burn for now, though. We can always come back to that. Let's see what that looks like before, after. Okay, let's see what our whole image looks like before and after, before and after. Okay. What do you guys think at this point where we are at? Have been following you for a while now. Why does it for a while now? Started learning micrododge burn from you at the beginning of the year, and I have improved a whole lot. Thank you. You are welcome. You are welcome. Does it sub for frequency separation, i.e. D and B? I don't know what you mean by does it sub. But yeah, thank you for the courses and the videos, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Um, People say to have a good picture, it doesn't matter like what camera, but how good are with any camera. Do you agree with that? I mean, I'm not going to get into cameras and how good you are with cameras and how bad you are with cameras right now. I'm not going to get into any of that um topic I mean right now. But yeah, you can be anything you want to be. So now with micrododge and burn, right? I'll There are a lot of things that I'll still do. For example, I'm just going to zoom in and show you guys. Like this right here. I'll dodge this just to get it out, you know, and see right there. I've taken that out, right? Um, a lot of these places around the forehead here, I'll still work on, I can see some tiny things here. Like I would like to, dodge some places here. So there's still like quite a lot that I can do with this image with micro dodge and burn that I'm not doing right now. Obviously, because it's just live and I'm just going over different things to do with an image like this that would, that you guys can learn, right? So much that we can still do with this image when it comes to micro dodge and burn to get it looking really good, but we're not going to get into all of that in this video. It's just, or in this live, it's just going to take forever, and we'll be here for a couple of hours, and I don't want to keep everybody there. Keep everybody here for hours, right? Okay, great. So let's see our before. You guys can see where we started from with this image, right? And let's see our after with micro dodge and burn. This is an image that you can put out there as a retouched image and you'd be fine, right? Like I said, there are a lot of things that I would typically still do with this image. Now that I've micro dodged and burned this image, I can still see like some blemishes that if I don't take out micro dodge and burn, I can easily go in with frequency separation and take those out. Some people think that you should do micro dodge and burn once in your retouching thing, and then do frequency separation just once. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. You can do it over and over again till you get your image to the point where you want it to be. Um, uh, the live sessions are always a giveaway because this is the most there's almost any every time for missed calls. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate. Let them know. Let them know. Um, um, yeah, I get a lot of backlash. People say I don't teach what I know, and that I am hiding what I know. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, like I said, there's still so much that we can do with micro dodge and burn for this image that we're not going to get into right now. There's just so much that we can do with this image to get it to look a lot better, right? Okay, great. So what we are going to do, there's one thing that I would have done from the beginning of this image that I didn't do, and I would have to do later. And that thing is I would have fixed the lips before I started, but unfortunately I didn't think about that. So right now we are just going, I feel like I should just keep dodging and burning this image to get it to look great. But I don't think we have that much time here on, to do that, because there's just so many things that I can see that I can fix with dodge and burn, just to get it looking, great, you know. So many things. Um, literally teach everything you know. I mean, bro, what else do they want me to teach? Why I don't know. But it's cool. Yeah. So I said there's so much that I can do with Micro Dungeon Burn. For example, look at that. Just clean it up a little bit. But now the next thing I'm going to do for an image like this is just get in there. And someone was talking earlier about not being able to create like a lot of frequency separation actions. And what I typically do is, because I know I'm not going to come back to this particular basic frequency separation action, right? I'm just going to merge into one layer, right? And I can just name it BFS. That's basic frequency separation, right? Then I'll just turn off every other thing up top here, and then just create like a new stamp visible layer, and then run my advanced frequency separation. Same thing. Use my um use 14, and then I could just zoom in here, getting this wheel already. And like this part of the face, right, for some reason I'm not happy with how much texture I have here, right? So what I'm going to do is just work on my high frequency separation layer and just take out a lot of these textures that are here, and just smoothing this place out just a little bit, right? I don't like the texture there. And if I was going to fix this frequency separation with micro dodge and burn, I would be spending like a lot of time fixing that, right? So I'm just going to use my clone stamp tool again to just sort out a lot of the textures here that are standing out a lot more than I want it to stand out, right? Okay. Uh, we'll check what our before and after looks like. Uh, let's see what our before and after looks like. Quickly. Okay, so let's see what our before and after looks like here. So this is before. You guys can see those textures there, and this is after. We've reduced how much texture we have around this part of her face. I'm going to zoom out, and maybe I can see some more things to like take out at this point. Um, there's this advice they give that always retouch an image the way people will look at it. So for an image like this, somebody will probably see it this way. So, but for the sake of this live stream, let's just get in here and take out a lot of this, take out this right here. Any other thing that I feel like I didn't take out earlier on that's standing out a lot more than it should, just going to take them out. Okay, where we at? Your technique is flawless, my brother. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. I really, really appreciate, man. You guys rock. Once again, big shout out to everybody that's here watching me. I mean, you guys could be anywhere right now. Like, you guys could be anywhere right now, but you guys are here watching me. Thank you. Appreciate. You guys rock. Um, by the way, I'm working in Photoshop right now. I'm going to do a live showing you guys how to use Capture One. If you do not, um, if you do not use Capture One and you've been finding it hard to switch to Capture One, Capture One is really easy to use. I'm going to do a live showing you exactly how to, like work in Capture One. It's very easy, like I said. If that's something that you'd like to see, just say it. Put in the comment section right now. Say yes. I'd like to see Capture One live and how to process my files in Capture One, and that's something that I'll do if we get people that want it, right? Capture One recently reached out to me to work with them on a project. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but it's not the reason why I'm making this video. Just making the video because I want to, you know. By the way, if you can hear any stomps, it's okay. My neighbor's dog upstairs, he gets busy. By the way, I'm using my clone stamp tool in my high frequency separation layer right now. Just taking out a few of these that I hear that I don't like. Um, we got anybody following from Ghana? You are dope. Big ups, bro. Thanks for all you do. Are you going to save this live? I am. I'm going to. I'm going to try to save this live. And somebody said yes. Capture One. Capture One is good. Capture One is an amazing piece of software. You know. It's an amazing piece of software, guys. So let's see where we are at right now. Let's see. This is our before and this is our after. It's so crazy now that I'm looking at it. At first, it seems like I haven't done a lot, but now that I'm looking at it, the image has gone from where it was to, like a whole new direction right now, right? So let's see, before with the face. Look at that. Let's zoom out. Let's zoom out, right? Something like this. Let's see, after now, before, after, before, after. Can you guys see that? I've been following you for a few years. You taught me how. Oh man, you guys rock. Mason, Mason doesn't hide anything. DMV games just doesn't for. It's not for everyone. Yes. Please. I missed most of it. Absolutely love your work. Thank you so much. But yeah. So guys, look at how far we have come with this image, right? This is our before and this is our after. We've actually come a long way with just micro dodge and burn, right? So after, before, after, right? We've come a long way with just micro dodge and burn. Now, my high frequency layer right now, I am just using it to fix, a little bit of, like textures that I can still see on the face that I don't like. Like I said, if I was doing this myself, and just me here, then I would take a lot more time to like get a lot of these things looking perfect. But I have to respect everybody's time and understand that there are people here from different parts of the world. Some people would have to go to bed. It's tomorrow's Monday, right? Okay, great. I think for now let's just stop here and not go past this point, right? With our micro dodge and burn. Let's see where we started from. This where we started from. This is where we're at right now. Where we started from. This where we're at. The goal is not to change how your subject looks, but just to make your subject look better than they look. I don't know if that makes any sense. So we're not trying to change like her features. We're not trying to get her to look like somebody else. We still want her to look like herself, but just the flawless version of herself. Because when you see people in real life, right, your your eyes cannot see the dynamic range, especially because it's like you're just looking at them like this and you're out. There's so much you're concentrating on, unlike when you take a picture with the camera that is 100 megapixels and like hard lights, like every small shift from highlight to shadows, we become like visible. So it's not like these people aren't already beautiful. We're just trying to make them look exactly the way we saw them on the day we shot the image, right? That's what we're trying to. Okay, great. Um, it works amazing. I'm such a big fan. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm trying to be as engaging as I can with people at the same time, get into like this whole retouching thing. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do right now is pick my mixer brush tool. If you know the mixer brush tool, you know that I made like the mixer brush tool cool on YouTube, I guess. You know, probably just maybe I didn't make it like cool on YouTube. I'm just I did make it popular though. Okay, so let's do 80 here. 80 mix doesn't matter. Mix doesn't matter. And we have picked our mixer brush tool, and we're going to go to our low layer and just see what our mixer brush tool is going to do for us. That is a message. Sorry, it's a sorry. Emergency. But yeah, okay, great. Got that out of the way. Um, okay, so mixer brush tool, low layer, and what I'm going to do right now is just brush gently over the highlights and the shadows of my subject. Just gently, you know. Make sure I'm working on my low layer. Okay. Now, I can't tell if my mixer brush is doing anything today, but we'll see. Okay, it is. It is doing something. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on, somebody tell me something. I was working on this layer instead of the one up top, right? So what I'm going to do is just delete this layer and I'll duplicate the one up top and then just clip it. Okay, great. And now I can work on this layer. I think that's the amazing thing about using the advanced frequency separation. The fact that if you make a mistake, um, you don't have to delete your whole frequency separation again. You already have like other layers that are like, it's just like your hard drive having a backup, right? And not losing your files. Okay, great. So now I'm just going to fix this right here. There was this patch right there that I didn't like, just work on my highlights. Now, one thing I'm not doing is dragging from my highlights to the shadows and vice versa. But if I am at a place where I see color and I need to move that color somewhere else or somewhere around, then I would work on that. Okay, great. Let's see. Let's see what this will look like. Okay, just get to the body, fix a thing or two around the body. So the good thing about using um micro dodge and burn first before frequency separation and mixer brush tool is that micro dodge and burn just makes it like really easy for you to use the mixer brush tool. Mixer brush tool is like magic. Now I don't like how the shadows look here, and that's something that I should have fixed with micro dodge and burn, but that's a good thing about retouching. You see things and then you can make adjustments for those things. Okay, great. So I'm just going to zoom out and let's see what we have done with our advanced frequency separation before, after, before, after, before, after, before, after. The whole image just looks smooth and better overall. Let's see our before, after, before, after. Okay, great. We are doing good. We are cruising. Before I do my global dodge and burn, right? What I'm just going to do is create another micro dodge and burn layer because micro dodge and burn is big. Um, what do the clip tool do again? So basically it's just saying that whatever I do on this layer should only show up on this layer and not every other thing. So if this layer is turned off, whatever I've done on this layer will not show up. It's not going to work. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's basically what it is. Okay, great. So I'm just going to turn on my invert check layer again, and what I'm going to do is pick a brush, and then just lighten this out because I don't like how dark this place is. I just don't like how dark it is. Uh, I mean, it's not bad. It just stands out too much for me. And I could have fixed it with the mixer brush tool, but I don't like working on huge areas and making um I don't like making serious changes with the mixer brush tool. I just like it to be like last option for me. Just to like ease things up. That's why I like doing the mixer brush tool, just um but not make full adjustments with it. Okay, great. Um, I don't know if this looks better. You guys let me know. Tell me. Okay, that definitely does look better than than before. Yes, it does look better because that place just looked black. Yes, I get. She has like a nice jawline, and I'm going to add something in with my global dodge and burn, but let's see. That looks better. Yeah, that looks a lot better now. Okay, great. So look at our image looking good. There's a part of the nose that I also want to fix. Um, okay, just going to touch that. You know, just okay. Let me see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks better now. Okay, so now let's do global dodge and burn. Right, global dodge and burn. What we're gonna do is just turn on our global dodge and burn layer. What I typically like to do is turn everything off and turn on only my global dodge and burn layer. That's micro dodge and burn, my global dodge and burn layer, and just follow what it looked like exactly before I started retouching the image. My flow, I'm gonna put my flow at about 3. 3 should be fine for my flow. And then what I'll do is dodge my highlights now. You know, just dodge my highlights. Get this looking nice and sharp. Okay, great. You know, yes. So when I do global dodge and burn, I don't zoom in to like fix that. Do you know that I still haven't fixed the lip? That's something we're gonna do some other day, I guess. uh, you know, just dodge the highlights. Let's do some of the body. Let's not neglect the body. When you work, please don't neglect the body. Don't be like me here on YouTube. Trust me, I take my time with the body too when I retouch. So check my images. Okay, okay. Let's burn. Let's burn. So let's contour this image. You know, typically I'll get the lips too. So don't forget that when you're working on your image. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Let's see what this looks like. Uh, okay. Oh, I didn't have to turn on all the layers. I just had to turn on like this last two, but whatever. So that's our before, that's our after. What I'm going to do is just put all these ones in a group and just uncheck that. And let's see what our global dodge and burn did. Before, after. You can see I messed up this part of like the um global dodge and burn. like this part of the highlight. So what I'm going to do is just take my flow to 100, and just paint it out, you know. And then I can pick a white brush again, take my flow back to like 3, and just, paint something subtle in there. Uh, I don't know. It just looks weird. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but nah, it just looks weird. I'm just gonna take that out again. What brush am I using, by the way? That's like very important. I need to check that. I need to check what brush I'm using. Hold on. Windows. Brush settings. Yes. Shape dynamic. Yes, that's why. By the way, always turn that off when you're dodging and burning. Yes. So now I should be able to, maybe flow of 3. Should be able to dodge now, and it'll look better. Let's see. See, that looks better now. So yeah, so my shape dynamics messed everything up. I don't know what happened. I don't know if my Photoshop had a reset, but your shape dynamics, always turn it off so your brush looks like this and your brush doesn't look like this. That's one thing you have to do. So yeah, probably made like my whole dodge and burn process difficult, and I didn't notice it at first, but now I noticed it and I have sorted that out. Okay, great. I can always also reduce the what do you call it? The opacity, just a little bit. You get, you dig, you know. And let's see what this image looks like right now. Can you guys still hear me? If you can, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if we're still live and you guys can still see me. So let's see our before, and let's see uh after, before and after. Look, we're doing great. Now what I'm just gonna do is add some contrast to it. So just go to my levels. Just going to bring my properties out here so I don't have to go all the way down there, and just add some contrast to it. Somewhere around there's fine. Yes. Just gonna take that back. Oh no, it's messing up my whole space. um what else do I want to do with this image? Maybe, whiten the eyes a little bit. So just go back to my action pack, get my eyes and teeth whitening action. Just, run that, have that come up. Pick a brush. Now I'm just gonna go with the flow of 100 for this one. Go down to this, and then just whiten the eyes. So, right, and do the same for this too. Okay, so at this point, as you guys can see, the eyes are too white. Your eyes should never ever look like this. So what we'll do is go to curves and just reduce the opacity of the curves, and then go to the photo filter itself and just reduce the opacity too. And let's see how before and after. You can see it's just perfect. You don't need it to look like extremely white. Just add something little to it and have it looking good. So I mean, there's still a lot more that we can do for an image like this, but just to cut it short, what we are going to do is just color graded. So color lookup. Typically I have all my what do you call it? I open that in my eyes and teeth whitening action. That's messed up. But typically I have my whole color lookup somewhere here. Don't know why it's not coming up. Oh, there you are. Look at you. But look at it right here. So I have everything loaded right here, but I don't know. Right now, what we are going to do is just look for it. So we are going to go to my documents, and let's see, for light skin. So we're going to start with 10. Oof, that looks like a lot. Let's drop our opacity to somewhere around 28. And that is starting to look good, but that's not what we're going for. So I'm probably going to go with, let's see what 9 looks like. 9 looks a lot better. Yes, I like 9 a lot more. So let's see what it looks like. Okay, 9 looks better. So I'm probably just going to stick with 9, but let's see what 8 looks like. Ooh, 8 doesn't look bad too, by the way. 8 doesn't look bad at all. 8 looks good. We can definitely go with 8. Let's see what that looks like before and after. That's definitely a look. And then maybe just add like rich tones to it and reduce the opacity a little bit, and let's see what we are doing. So that's our before and that's our after. That's definitely a nice high-end look to it. I mean, that's different from the one I put up on Instagram, but you guys get the whole idea. But yeah, so that's like a quick retouch. Yeah, I don't know how long we've been here, but like I said, typically I'll fix up the lips and all that stuff. But that's definitely something that we'll get into in more live videos and not just put everything for one live video and everything. But yeah, what do you guys think? If did you guys enjoy the whole process, this whole live? I've been here for over an hour now. I didn't think it was going to take that long, but been here for over an hour now. But what do you guys think? Just let's zoom in and see where we're at right now. There's still a lot that we can do with this image, like probably add textures and all that stuff. And that's something that I can come in again some other day to show you guys how to do. But tell me what you guys think. This is the before and this is the after. This is where we're at. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate every single one of you for joining my live. Hopefully I'll be able to do a lot more of these lives and show you guys how to retouch um like images like this. You guys rock. We definitely had over 100 people at every point watching this live. You guys are amazing. I'm going to make sure I just don't retouch beauty images live, and hopefully I'll be able to do like more lives where it's not just retouching. It's bringing people in to talk about stuff that relates to photography, talking about stuff that relates to photography, live sessions when I am shooting. Hopefully I'll be able to do a lot more lives, and it just helps me out with not having to bother about editing a lot of videos, because right now I'm like really busy and I just can't. Typically I'd have had to like do this whole thing and edit this whole video, then put it up, and it just gets tiring and you don't want to do it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this live. You guys rock. Photo visually said we love this. Tony Picture said amazing, thanks for sharing your process, man. You guys rock. um you guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for the engagement, for being here and being a part of this. You guys are the best. Once again, check out my retouching essentials pack if you want to retouch better, retouch faster. Check out my skin tone lots if you want to color great skin. For light skin, dark skin tones, medium skin tones, natural skin tone lots. I have all of that on my website. And if you want to learn like retouching and really take your retouching to a whole new level and you want to learn everything in one place, I have my dodge and burn masterclass that I put out recently, and I also have my retouching essentials, no, my beauty retouching masterclass. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining my live. You guys rock. Give this video a thumbs up if you love it, and I will see you guys in my next YouTube video or my next live. Have an amazing day, guys. You guys rock. Peace out, guys. Bye bye.